Wow, that's we keep planning this. Red hair, orange background.
Good day, fashion friends. So today is my first time going live ever, and I decided to go live because it is a very important day for me because I have a special guest coming. I have a connection with Santa Claus. Yes, Santa. I know him. And Santa kind of wants to spruce up his Christmas outfit. He's kind of, tired of the plain old traditional look. And so he has requested my assistance in creating a new look for him. And we can't really decide. So he suggested that we ask the YouTube family what they think. And now, Santa,
Be right there.
are you checking the list?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Working on the list.
Working on the list. So for those of you that do show up, you're going to be on the good list. I'll make sure of that. How many people do we have in here? I see 3 people. Hello. This is the first time. So I know there is a chat that I should be able to see. Somebody say something. I'm going to put in hello and welcome. Let's see. Oh, I see one. Hello. Hello, Miss Sarah. I see my comment. Okay, lovely. Now I know that things are rolling. Like I said, this is the first time I've done this on YouTube. I've done it on Instagram plenty of times, completely different. Who else is in here? Let's see if I can see who's in here. Nope, not like Instagram. Tells me who enters the chat, who's here. Yeah, no, awesome. See, as I said, this is a completely new experience for me. So I am unsure of all the little doodads and screens and arrows and circles around the screen.
The doodads.
The doodads, yes.
Doos and dads.
That's a technical term. It's an industry term. Sure is. Miss Sarah, where do you live? I know we just kind of connected on Facebook. Where do you live? And anybody else that's in here, just pop in a hello so I can see who's here, because it does not tell me. It does not tell me. Oh, and who's here and where are you watching from? Oh, I see a little heart. Thank you. And I think we have a 5-second delay on messages. I don't know if I can change that yet. That was before. Sydney, Ohio. I am not sure where that is. I have not heard of that. Is that is a little small town? See, Santa knows.
No small town. Santa knows.
Santa knows. Sydney, Ohio is a small little town. Miss Sarah said she would like to come to Columbus and have me as her tour guide to all the thrifting fun.
Yeah. You could do a day of that.
That is available in Columbus, because there sure is. Here he is. He's coming in. He had to check the list and get himself a little drinky drink.
Yeah. Santa beverage.
Santa beverage. So, Santa, have you gone live before on YouTube?
I have, not in a long time.
Not in a long time? Okay.
Excuse me, I have to remove a very large dog from underneath my butt.
Yeah.
I've done YouTube lives a number of times, usually from the shop. I've done a couple of them from here. I did a couple of them over on the Good Things for Good People channel when I was trying to kind of get that whole thing rocking and rolling. And yeah, it was an interesting experience. Interesting experience. My beard is so long that when you have your camera set up is not showing. Also, let's talk about the shirt.
Santa
Yes.
off duty.
Love it.
Santa,
So,
Santa deserves vacation days.
yeah, Santa season is almost upon us.
I mean, everybody thinks that Santa just doesn't do anything year round.
No.
It's just
Right. He works one day a year.
yeah, Santa's not like Amazon.
No.
There's no peak season. It's all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there is a peak season for Santa.
Well, yes.
It's like a day.
Yes.
But yeah. So my thinking with this, and we'll see if anybody else joins in the conversation here, but I have done Santa stuff for 6 years now.
Probably. Give or take.
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm a jolly fat guy with a hell of a beard, and I make a pretty good Santa Claus. So I've enjoyed doing it. It's been a lot of fun. It started out as doing it just kind of in a bar thing
Yeah.
with some friends of ours that own a bar.
Paws and claws.
And that was a ton of fun because we did puppy dogs and conversations and Santa Claus stuff. That was cool, but it's kind of progressed beyond that, and I kind of enjoyed it more than I thought I would. So I've done it a couple of other places, and the big thing we did was last year over on my automotive channel. We raised money to give away to the people of Asheville, North Carolina, and that really was kind of a stepping stone moment for me. So I want to kind of take the Santa stuff a little bit more serious this year. And in order to do that, I feel like I need a better outfit.
Okay.
Maybe 2 better outfits.
Okay. I mean, it's been discussed.
Yeah.
We've talked about maybe, like the long coat from the Santa Chronicles, which is amazing for
Yeah.
sure. But it's leather and fur.
Right. And red. Like red leather, not like you find a brown long jacket.
Right. Yeah. No, it's red leather, which is very hard to find to fit Santa.
Yeah.
Because I've been looking for 2 years.
Yeah.
Trying to find a red leather coat or 2 that I could kind of piece together and make the long, beautiful.
Right.
And I don't want to use like pleather or vinyl because that's just.
Vinyl would be a totally different kind of Santa Claus.
That's just really hot.
Yeah.
That you're not going to be comfortable in that at all.
And that's the other thing. Like, it really kind of depends on where you're going to be wearing it. Like, if you're going to be out and about in the cold,
yes,
that's one Santa outfit. If you're going to be inside and warm and temperature, and you wear the outside in the cold Santa outfit, I'm going to have a heat stroke.
Yeah,
which we would like to not have.
Right.
So, that's the conversation about like what kind of Santa outfit. I don't know why, but for some particular reason, I really want a Santa suit.
Okay.
Like a real, like
business suit.
Business suit.
Okay.
Trimmed in white fur.
Okay.
I don't know why. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but I think it would be cool.
So you want to be like Dapper Santa.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And that's only kind of one thing though. I want to be Dapper Santa. That's one thing. But then I also want like a real Santa look.
Because we've even talked about like old-fashioned Santa, like kind of Victorian or like steampunk Victorian kind of crossover.
Right.
We've talked about that a little bit.
I mean, Santa's gone through a whole lot of iterations over the years.
Yes.
As he was originally way back in the day, and then he kind of got more commercialized and more standardized, I guess.
Yeah.
With the red pants and the white hat and the or the white trimmed everything. So, I mean, I'm open to it. I want to figure out a way to do this because I also I don't know if I want to do another like money giveaway thing. It cost me a ton to do it last year.
Yeah. Well,
I would love to do
traveled,
it. Yeah.
So you had hotel stay and travel and gas and meals and
we gave away $1,500, which was awesome. But a good chunk of that money was mine or was revenue from the channel.
And you met some great people.
I did. I had an incredible time. Unfortunately, it was something that didn't really do very well as far as like on my YouTube stuff. The analytics wise, it didn't, it didn't do well. Nobody really cared to watch, which was kind of upsetting. But I don't know. I wanted to brainstorm, and all honesty here, I forced her to do a live today because I want people to give us some ideas, hopefully, that join in on what they want to see as far as a Santa goes. Like, what's your ideal Santa? What's something that she could craft for me that would make sense for a Santa thing? And I want some feedback on that because I don't want to go like crazy over the top. We spend tons of money and time and energy on making an outfit and it doesn't really, it doesn't pan out in anything. So yeah, I know. I hear you. Hard pupper dog life back here.
Well, the general rule in fashion pretty much nowadays is wear whatever you are comfortable in.
I'm comfortable in anything.
I know. That's true.
I will give you that. But being me, I can wear anything. Yeah. So that doesn't really work.
Sure.
So, I mean, hang on. I'll put on my Santa outfit that I have already, and you guys can see that. That's where we're going to start from. It's a cheap, I think, $100 costume that we got 6 years ago.
It's been washed. So
it's been, I mean,
the furs.
I'm a little matted.
Yeah.
I'm a little.
I do have some better fur upstairs.
Yeah.
That I've used on other things. So
hang on a second. I'll be right back.
Very Santa-y fur. So let's see. I see there's 4 people in here now. So thank you for anybody that's joining. Apparently we are not having any technical difficulties. Nobody is commenting in the chat that they can't hear us or see us. So that is good. Let's see. So we're trying to figure out like what material would be best. We don't know if we want anything furry. That's kind of what his is now. We want to upgrade Santa's look a little bit, like give him some little bit of flair, little bit of, we don't want to go couture because that's just over the top. We just kind of want him look like tailored and just polished, just a little bit of a new look, but still keep with the tradition of, the red and some white fur. Although the one on the Santa Chronicles, which we both absolutely love, is actually brown fur. I was surprised at that, but it looked fantastic. So they went completely non-traditional with the leather coat, full length, with all of the brown fur, and it was so amazing. So here we go. That's his traditional.
Oh. This is me. Hello.
Where's Santa? Oh, he was putting on his.
Let's put on my Santa outfit.
He had a t-shirt on.
Yep.
So he was putting on his Santa outfit. DW, are you just joining us or?
I'm guessing that was your extra person.
Might have been my 4th person that come in. So hello and welcome in. Thank you so much for joining us.
So this is my current Santa outfit. I've been using this one for like 6 years and it's been good to me. It's done a really good job. It's just not like exciting. It's not like special. It is, I guess it would be special because it's my first Santa. But I want it to be something more interesting. I like the way that you're talking about it. It's like more of a dapper Santa.
Yeah.
I think a dapper Santa look would look really, really cool.
Like with the suit.
Yes. I think a red suit with white trimming would be super fly.
Okay.
And I like that idea. But like, as far as a going out Santa to do Santa stuff, that's not like the right look.
Right.
So it needs to be something more akin to this kind of thing. Well, thank you very much, sir. I appreciate that. The question is, what direction do we go? If you look at like what you were saying, as far as like with the leather, I guess it would almost be like a duster that he's wearing.
Yeah. That's what those are called.
That would be really cool, but how much would that cost to make?
Right. Like I would,
You'd have to source the leather,
yeah, I would have to buy specific red leather.
and you don't have leather working equipment.
No, I really don't. I mean, I have worked with leather on my machine. Um, it does handle leather, even though it's not a leather working machine, but it doesn't do 100% of what a leather machine does. Because I have looked up like leather working machines, and they are very, very different. Same thing
Yeah.
with fur working machines. When they're stitching the pelts together, it's completely different. It's very unusual, actually.
Yeah, and we don't want to get into something where we spend a ton of money and energy to buy like stuff to
A
do a
special
one-off
machine.
thing.
Yeah, we don't want to buy a special machine.
I don't I don't do that much Santa stuff.
Right.
That would make sense to do that. So
But I always try to use what I have.
yeah, and to play to your like the upcycle side of things, I totally understand that, and I think it's a great idea. You know, I think cutting up one of my old suits to use as like a template.
Yeah, to make a pattern, because I would
Yeah,
definitely need to make a pattern, in a combination with measurements to make sure that my pattern
right,
is the right size.
right,
And then there'll be fittings, get it kind of just basted together or pinned together or clipped together somehow, have you
right,
try it on, make any adjustments. So custom orders do take some time.
right. So I don't know. I'm torn.
What do you guys think? Dye the leather red. Okay. So I have kind of dipped my toe in a little bit into dyeing leather. That is also extremely expensive because leather is very porous. And same thing with suede, which suede is just the other side of leather, basically.
Mm.
So it's a very porous material, and it would take a lot.
Just soaks up the dye.
It does. So it just really, really soaks up the dye. I did see where somebody dug out a suede jacket, which was amazing. It was red and black suede. She dug it out from somewhere. It was water damaged and had mold on it. And you're not supposed to do this, but she washed it in water. You are never supposed to put leather or suede in water, but she did. She had no choice. And she washed it by hand and hung it to dry and used a lot of suede conditioner and just really, really worked it in. And there were faded spots just from age or sun or
Yeah.
whatever. And she was buying these little bottles of
Oh god.
suede dye, and it comes with like a little cotton little sponge dauber on it.
Yeah.
And she was like, basically she had to go through and repaint this suede jacket I think with the, by hand. And I think she ended up using like 7 bottles of this suede and leather dye.
That I'm sure is super cheap.
Yeah, I think it's like $5 to $7 or more a bottle, because it's from Angelus, which I have Angelus leather paint. I swear by it. It's completely different than acrylic paint that you would put on, paper
Yeah.
or fabric.
Well, it needs to not harden.
Yes, exactly.
It needs. I've still got to be flexible and be able to move
Yes.
around like leather.
And
Otherwise, I'm going to have
that's the thing when you
a crusty
use
jacket.
acrylic paint on vinyl or leather. It's fairly stiff,
Yeah.
and at some point with movement and wear, it will crack. It
Yeah.
will crack. Now there is a top coat that is available through Angelus that I can put over the leather, and it's supposed to prevent it from cracking. But I haven't had a lot of experience with that yet.
Well, if we went the direction of the leather thing, there would have to be some iterations and some practice.
Yeah.
Before we dive into like
and that's
several
the thing.
$100 worth of Santa outfit.
Right, because if we're doing a duster, like that's probably a good 3-4 yards
of leather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus you have to have extra in case you mess up.
Right.
If you don't have the extra, then you have to order it again. And sometimes there's minimum orders. That's why I've been trying to find something that's already available that I can work with and kind of rework and redo. So that one's going to take a while.
So the keep it traditional, expand upon that for me. You want to see something like that's just this?
Like this is kind of like a velvety velour kind of material, and then the red fur. And then I like I said, I have way better fur that is not gonna get matted like this.
Or do you want to see something like more traditional pre this when Santa was a little bit more country?
Like old world Santa, Victorian Santa.
Okay.
Okay. So like old, like kind of older traditional Santa. Okay.
So you want to see kind of like Santa before Coca-Cola got involved.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Before it became commercialized.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the funny thing is, like, when you look at all of the different ways you can be Santa and do Santa,
It's amazing.
there's a lot of different ways to do Santa.
Yeah, I have seen some amazing. I mean, we've looked at pictures and I have seen some amazing Santa outfits that people have made um that I can't even imagine the
Yeah.
work. Like I've seen embroidery, I've seen like normally the old world Santa has like a tunic. It's not necessarily pants.
Yeah.
It's like, the long tunic kind of like Gandalf
Yeah.
kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah.
And then with like, the overcoat and like a longer hat, not so much a short one, less fur, not so much fur. It's more about
Yeah.
the ornate embroidery, which I haven't really stepped into that
That
yet.
was the part where I was like, well, maybe next year
Yeah,
we
yeah.
move that up to
That's
that
gonna
level.
that's gonna take a while.
But
Um,
I like I like this look. It's undeniably Santa. Like
yeah.
anybody who's grown up in the last century knows this version of Santa Claus, which is probably the majority of viewers. Um, but I want to try to I want to level it up a little bit, like make it less chintzy. I mean, even like the fur is not bad. The fabric's not bad. It's just like an out of the box or out of the bag
Yeah.
Santa outfit.
Yeah.
So, like, getting something a little bit more tailored to me, a little bit more specific to me,
Yeah.
I think would be kind of nice. Maybe a cape would be kind of fun.
Ooh, okay. A cape is always good.
Maybe a cape. Um, you know, I want to make this more interesting. The wheels are turning.
Yeah.
So, I just want to make it something more interesting. And the additional side to that is, do I want to do anything as far as the giveaway type of thing or the event type of thing like I did? Yes, exactly, Sarah. I want an upgrade. I'm started out like base model. I want an upgrade. Yes,
There
that's
you go.
exactly correct. But the question is which direction you go. Like the one with the leather, like, is an amazing look. But that I feel like that's like a level 4 or 5. And I'm
Yeah.
at like level 1.
Okay.
I
Okay.
don't necessarily want to jump all the way there in one outing.
So for DW, since you had come in late, we were discussing earlier if you have seen the movie The Santa Chronicles with what's his name?
Hmm.
Oh my gosh, I can see his face. I can't remember his name. Was it Kirk Douglas?
Yes.
Okay, Kirk Douglas. We were discussing, like, when we saw that, we were like, "Oh my god, that's amazing!"
Yeah.
And I have like dived into a rabbit hole of like trying to figure out what it's made of, how it's made, things like that. And I mean, looking at close-up pictures and watching the movie and pausing, it's definitely made of leather.
Yeah.
So that's why we were discussing red leather.
Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell.
Not Kurt.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. See, I was close.
Yeah.
It began with a K.
Right. So, whatever. Yeah, and it's undeniably like an amazing look. But the amount of time and energy and materials that would go into like making that, especially
Yeah.
since you have no experience doing that kind of stuff.
Well, I am like, I mean, like I said, I have worked with scrap leather where, I will get damaged leather coats or trench coats, things like that, like at the Goodwill bins. Like that's the last chance. And anytime that I find leather, I really don't care. No, leather is not cheap. That's why when as an upcycler, I want to make a leather purse or I want to add leather to a denim jacket or jeans, I go to my local Goodwill bin store and I will source leather coats there because, like I said, that's the last ditch effort before it gets like who knows what done to it.
What if we did a patchwork Santa of upcycled stuff?
Okay. I'd have to think about that for a little bit
Like
because that.
leather scrap, leather scrap to make a full.
Now, see, the thing is, if I use leather scraps, then I could paint the leather scraps red.
Yeah.
I could do that instead of dyeing it.
Because it'd be easier to find lots of little chunks of leather than it would be one gigantic half cow
Okay.
to wrap me in.
Just seeing. Okay. No, but bling it out. I don't think Santa wants to.
I don't know about blingy.
That's more for Mrs. Claus.
Mrs. Claus can be blingy. Blingy's more her thing than my thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't mind the idea of a cape, and a patchwork leather Santa cape might be interesting.
Okay. That could be something. I maybe we'll sit down and kind of like draw it out, see what we
Yeah.
come up with. But like as I was saying, I have worked with leather. I can use it on my machine. I just have to have the right needle, a little thicker thread. And one thing that I did discover, and I don't think there's any sewists in the room, but for any sewists that are watching this, I am working with leather today, making something from a very worn leather coat, and I now have what's called a walking foot, and it is a game changer when working with leather.
I have no idea what that means.
Okay, so when you're using a regular presser foot from
Yep.
from
That
the
I
sewing,
did with the sewing.
yes, that you did with the sewing, you got your sewing lesson. Um, what a walking foot, it has a special device on the bottom. So you know how you have those little things that are the little teeth that are sticking up. Okay,
Right.
those are called
But
feed dogs.
but it'll mar up the leather.
Right. So the leather, because of the texture of it, it tends to be a little sticky. So the leather, when you're trying to sew two pieces of leather together, you have the feed dogs that will move the bottom leather, but the presser foot on the top, it gets stuck to it. So it wants to bunch up or it wants to stretch it out, which is not good. Okay. So you got to fight with it a lot because this is what I did before I discovered a walking foot. So a walking foot is a bigger presser foot and it has a mechanism underneath that when you're moving a stretchy fabric or a sticky fabric like leather or vinyl, it moves both pieces at the same time.
Hmm.
It's so cool.
Okay.
Yeah, very
Great.
cool. So there's a technical explanation for those of you that think that, oh, it's just sticking something in the machine and nope, not always. Nope, there's different needle. It's like when you're working on cars.
Yeah.
There's different tools for different jobs. You have millimeters and you have regular American socket sets, and you don't know which one to use when and how. Well, what size is this? Well, that's too big, that's too small. Well, it must be millimeter. So yeah, it's just having the right tools for the job.
What I guess we could find suit material to make a suit, a normal suit.
Yeah, that's those
Just
would
wool.
mostly be like some kind. I mean, I'll have to look. I haven't looked at a suit tag as to what it's made of, but
Be right back.
definitely not. It's definitely. I mean, there are cotton linen suits, which I don't think we want because that's more of like a summery kind of. There he goes. He's going upstairs to his closet. um I mean, I'm gonna guess it's some kind of a polyester type blend, polyester wool blend, acrylic, which those are all tend to be like a plastic. Like I said, we want to stay away from vinyl because I think vinyl would just it would be too stiff and cheap looking and hot, really hot, like pleather basically is what I'm referring to. Polyurethane or pleather, faux leather, however you want to call it. It's all the same. They're all plastic based. So and if you've ever worn pleather pants or a pleather jacket even, they can be hot. But if you wear those in the cold, then they're also really cold too. So it's a very unusual fabric, if you want to call it that. So it's literally like wearing plastic. Um, Also, I mean, I'm just going to say it, like with the closing of Joann's, everything has to be sourced with what we have available. So, as I have always mentioned, I source from estate sales, thrift stores, the Goodwill bins, Facebook Marketplace. I have even tried searching on Macari and Poshmark and eBay. And mostly what I find on eBay are cheap Chinese made coats, like longer coats that maybe go to the knees, like because he even said it doesn't have to be full length like on the Santa Chronicles. He's like, ah, yeah, knee length would be fine. I've tried to find trench coats, things like that. um and they're just it's hard to find his size because they're based on like Chinese sizes. So, I'm trying to find like, a 4 or 5 XL to make sure, because I'd rather that if we order it and it comes in and it's too big, I can take it in. But if it's too small, we're screwed. It's too tough. It's too hard to make it bigger without it being obvious and noticeable. So that's what we're dealing with.
Okay.
Okay, here it comes with one of his suit jackets.
Old Santa suit. Actual coat.
Yeah.
So if we were to cut this apart.
That's a nice jacket, though. I don't want to cut it apart.
So if we were to cut this apart, or how about we go to the thrift store and I can buy a suit coat for no dollars that fits me, that is ugly as sin, and you could cut that apart.
Okay, that's a possibility. Or I could search online and try to find a suit coat pattern for you.
No, we're going to start with something that fits me, because otherwise we're ordering it and you don't know if it's going to fit right, and you're going to have to change and adapt things. And no.
Well, that's the patterns always start out as basic, and there is a size range, and there's different ways to cut the pattern. But
Yeah,
I've never.
But
really
you've never done that.
I mean, I did one time, like in high school.
Yeah,
it was like 35 years ago.
We're gonna go. You can see the wheels turning. Yeah, this this is exactly how this happens. Oh, what I could do. So we go to the thrift store.
Oh, not to mention, I've never made a suit coat.
Correct. That's what I'm saying.
Before.
But if we take like
big challenge,
for instance, and you just split these, right? You can just kind of take the sleeves off.
Well, let me see here. So this is lined. I would have to take out all the lining, and then I would get to this. And that's the other thing too, is like with your new one, like, do you want it lined? Because then I have to learn how to do lining. And then see, these are like, I believe these are like a hand stitch, because this is where the tailors, they can't see. So there's like little tiny stitches like right here, and they look like hand stitches. And this is where tailors will go in and make the adjustments on the inside of the lining, and then they hand stitch it back up. So that way, if something's too big or whatever.
I would say we don't have to worry about this, because this is more of a comfort thing.
Okay.
And fashionable. Okay. We could do this later on if we wanted to, but like just as far as removing the liner out and then take this, and I'm completely out of left field. I've never done this before. I have no idea what I'm talking about. But in my world, you would take this sleeve off, split it open, and then use that as a pattern. Your pattern. Yeah. So bang, your sleeve is done. Your measurements are done. Everything is done. Sew it together and rock and roll. You have a sleeve. Yeah. And do the same thing with the vest piece and everything else.
The front piece, and then I think the back piece might be one or two
back
pieces.
Panel.
Nope, it's 2 pieces. So that way you have that way you have the tail. The split tail.
So, I think that would be.
And then the collar's a whole other thing too.
It's a lot of pieces.
Yeah.
It's a lot of pieces. But I mean, I think it'd be really cool.
And then we've got this with the sleeves. But those are all the buttons are basically just for decoration, of course.
Yeah.
But we're gonna have fur, so we don't need to worry about buttons. We don't need to
My
worry about
cuffs will
being
be fur.
split. Yeah.
And I don't really need a pocket, but maybe. I don't know. I just think it would be interesting. Um, a dapper Santa thing, at least for me, especially what my look would make sense.
Yeah.
I For those of you who haven't seen me with my Santa hat off, I've got the side cuts. Usually this is down to almost nothing, and then this is long. So the hipster dapper Santa look would probably work for me. But again, that's not a traditional Santa Claus. That's not a look.
It's not something you want all the time.
Yeah. I want something that I can go out to wherever, like when you and I go out and for Mr. and Mrs. Claus, I think it would be cool to have a new upgraded version of that. So
do you want the suit Santa suit first, or do you want like
that's a you question.
Traditional kind of Santa?
What's the timing look like on my order? Because I have a hard date of when I need these.
You think?
This is vaguely around 7/25.
You have a biker Santa look.
Hot rod Santa, same thing. Yep, I do a lot of classic cars and hot rods, so the biker hot rodder thing is very much a crossover. So
now, see, that's where you get into red leather pants.
Yeah, but
or black leather pants, chaps maybe over jeans, and the vest in a just a
I
red
would do
shirt
that
underneath.
I would do that.
Oh yeah, that's totally hot rod Santa.
And but if I was gonna do like as a biker thing,
get you a biker hat kind of. I forget what those are called. I'm not good with hat names.
My thing with if I was gonna be doing a biker Santa would be a version of like their motorcycle vests.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
And on the back, make some kind of an emblem about like North Pole, president or El Presidente, as far as like,
I like that.
I think that would be a ton of fun if I were going to go the biker look. The problem is bikering in Ohio in December, not a thing. So like it would be cool to do it, and it might be kind of fun to be able to wear it like later on in the season, and people be like, "Wait, what?" But yeah, and maybe that's a future thing, a leather biker vest with a Santa Claus thing on the back.
That could be fun.
Yeah,
I would probably have to source out
instead of Hell's Angels, have a play on that. Have something about Santa's elves,
snow angels.
Yeah, something like that. Santa's angels. That would be fun. But that's
elves angels.
There you go.
Because it is Hell's Angels, elves angels. There you go. We now have a Santa biker group. It's the Elves Angels.
That would be kind of funny. Anyway, what I wanted to do this live with was because I didn't want to just film this of us talking and just spitting out ideas, but hopefully this is something that other people could be involved in and kind of give us ideas, link us some things that you like as far as the Santa looks that you like, and give us something to work with. So it's not just kind of us spitballing something, because ultimately it's something that it's about what people want to see, not necessarily what I want to wear.
Right.
Like, it's about putting smiles on people's faces and having them enjoy the experience of Santa Claus out and about. Yes. Not just, me wanting to wear stuff. Now the suit thing is obviously probably more of a me thing.
Right. That's something that you want.
Yeah. But I think going out in a red suit with black patent leather shoes and
and see, I like the old world Santa thing, like with the cape or the
this.
Yeah. I like that. So that's what I said. We're talking more with like a tunic and a cape kind of look.
Yeah.
I do love the old world Santa look.
So,
and it doesn't have to be red and white. It could be like red and silver or red and gold with
green.
Yeah. I mean, just a little bit.
Santa was, up until very recently, he was multicolored. He was much more lumberjack-esque. He wasn't just necessarily white and red. He was green and red and brown and had all kinds of different colors in his style. So I would be totally fine with
Yeah,
it.
because I mean,
The problem is it recognizable to the modern people that don't know that stuff.
true.
This is
Is
Santa.
recognizable. Yeah.
You see a fat guy with a beard walking down the street in a red and white outfit.
Santa! Yeah, you've had that happen actually.
All the time. All the time.
I think it was Christmas morning. We had a whole bunch of snow outside, and you got up that morning and you dressed as Santa and you whited out your beard. What's the proper verbiage for that? I don't know. Anyway, and he had to walk the dog. And he was out. I think we were both out walking the dog that morning. And there was a lady that like stopped, pulled over, stopped right on the side of the road and jumped out of her car. And she's like, "Can you take a picture with my son, please? He's just so excited that he sees Santa like walking a dog." And absolutely.
Cute little
So,
thing.
yeah. So yeah, got some pictures. And that was literally like Christmas morning because I was cooking dinner and we took the dog for a walk that day. So
it's super fun doing Santa stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's super fun.
We will, like, if we have some last minute shopping to do, whether it's grocery shopping, gift shopping, whatever, like we'll both
dinner.
Yeah, we'll both. Well, I think what we do is we do both. So we'll go out during the day and we'll do some shopping and we'll go to like Target or, wherever it is that we need to go. And we'll both be dressed up. And then we'll go to dinner. And our tradition, this is usually on Christmas Eve, and our tradition is Outback. We started that a few years ago. And so being a former server myself, we always feel sorry for the poor, the people, the servers that are working on Christmas Eve. And so whoever waits on us, they get a very sizable tip.
And they get to say that they waited on Mr. and Mrs. Claus.
Yeah. One year, I think the first year that we did it, our server can't come over to the table and she had on like this really cute like elf hat with the ears. And I think she had a cute little outfit on too. Like she was dressed up as an elf. So she was absolutely perfect.
We've had a lot of really good experiences.
And she played along with it too.
Yeah.
She totally played along with it.
It is such a fun experience. And I'll be honest, for anybody who knew me or knows me, you would never have thought me of my 20s and 30s would end up doing Santa Claus stuff. Like, no, not an option. I was a wild and crazy, hell-raising kind of guy. But now that I have done it, it's an absolutely fantastic experience. It's just everybody smiles when they see. Well, 98% of people smile when they see Santa Claus. They wave, they honk their horns, they have a great time with it. Yeah. It's just cool to see. And people are, why are you, it's just nobody's upset usually about Santa Claus. Like, how are you pissed about seeing somebody dressed up as Santa Claus, a jolly fat dude? And it just always makes people smile, even if I'm just walking down the road. Like the amount of people that smile and honk and wave, or if I made one mistake one year. This was probably 5 years ago. I made a mistake going into Target on New Year's Eve at like 9:00 at night.
You mean Christmas Eve?
Christmas Eve, yes. Okay. Christmas Eve at like 9:00 at night on the South End, dressed in full Santa garb, wet white hair in the whole 9 yards. And it took me, I was there for one thing, and it took me like an hour to get out of that store because everybody was like, "Oh my God, that's amazing. Please, can I take a picture with you?" And that's part of it. That's the reason you do it. You don't dress up like Santa to blend in with all the other people. You do it to be able to put smiles on people's faces.
Yeah. And I think it's the real beard that really just, I don't know, it makes it more magical.
Yeah.
That's because you see your fake beard Santa, it's like, oh, okay, yeah. And then you see a real beard Santa, or even like, I don't know how many times I have seen just men on a daily basis that have the full white beard, and I'm like, oh my God, like, dude, you'd be amazing Santa. You'd be amazing Santa.
Also, I'm young for a Santa.
Yeah.
Most people don't get into the Santa game or grow a beard this long at my age. I'm mid-40s, so most people don't really do this. So I'm able to like be jolly and fun and outgoing and do all the things that most older folks that usually get into the Santa age can't really do. So it cuts both ways where we can do that. So I don't know. That's where I was with this thing. And
another interesting fact, he does not have children.
Nope.
So he never had to like go through his life where he had to like make the magic happen
Nope.
for like his own child. Whereas I did. So for him to be doing this now is just not something that anybody would have ever thought that you
No.
would do or
And
that you would even enjoy. But
it's I don't know how you wouldn't enjoy it. Actually, I'll take that back. Carrie said he hated it because he was forced to be Santa Claus when he worked at the I think he was at the firehouse way back in the day.
oh, okay.
But now that his hair from his treatments has gone like almost white,
Hmm.
he's starting to grow his goatee out and his hair out again. He may go beard and like he could be a hell of a Santa Claus. But it's just so much fun. It's such a good time. So the other side of that token is the question is like, what kind of thing aside from an outfit can I do or should I do this year to help people to make an impact?
Okay.
Last year we gave away a bunch of money,
Hmm.
and that was a very unique experience.
The year before, we went to all our favorite restaurants with gift bags,
Yep.
with just fun, like, so I made up like male and female gift bags because we eat out a lot. So a lot of times we see the same servers, bartenders, whatever. So I ordered like pens and hair ties,
Hmm.
um, like little candle tins, bought a bunch of Christmas candy and some gift in little clear cellophane gift bags. And I just made up little gift bags. Oh, I bought like little Matchbox cars because it's for the kid in all of us, right?
Yep.
Who doesn't want a cool Matchbox car? So yeah, we just kind of like made it fun and just went around to all the different restaurants and that we go to and passed
Hmm.
out gift bags to people. And I think we actually ran out.
Hmm.
Yeah, we ran out, and then we ended up in the Dollar General looking for more, just looking for candy canes, and there was not a candy cane to be found.
It's it's an amazing experience, and probably the best teachable moment for me about like it's better to give than receive
Yeah, for sure.
is doing Santa Claus stuff.
Yeah,
Like it's just generally awesome.
yeah.
So, anyways, that's the question: is do we do something in addition to the what I did last year? It was fun. I wouldn't say fun. It was an experience. I know it was very heartfelt. A lot of people pitched in to be able to make it happen.
Hmm.
A lot of people really appreciated what I did, what we did as far as a community that made it happen. So that would be interesting. I don't know that I want to try to do that again this year. Fortunately, also, knock on wood, there hasn't been any kind of a major natural disaster in the nation. Like there hasn't been a hurricane.
No, but food pantries are struggling.
Yeah, but I don't know what I can do to help with that.
Well, if anybody has any ideas,
Let me know.
put it in the comments. I've seen a couple people on Facebook. They have been going to Aldi. They started, I think, with like their own money. They bought just like basic stuff at Aldi that's non-perishable, and they put it in a I don't know what it's called. Like, I don't want to say a food pantry, but like a little cupboard or a little cabinet that's like on the corner of the street, like what we have around the corner.
Yeah.
Um, they filled it up, and I think they spent like $200 or $300 in groceries, and it was like 85% empty. And then they like made another trip to go to another one or whatever. And then so now what they're doing is they're recording themselves that, hey, this is what we're actually doing. We're not making this up. This isn't,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
BS. So they're recording themselves doing this and filling the pantries and then taking pictures of when they go back and how empty it is, that people are taking it. And so now she has opened her Venmo, so people can donate to them, and then they take that money that they get through Venmo, and then they buy more groceries, and they just keep doing that. So
Sarah, I actually tried to do that last year, and I had a
that
uh,
was a couple years
2 years
ago, I
ago,
think.
3 years ago.
Yeah, because
Hang on a second, Bob. I'm in a live at the moment. Um, I tried to do that a couple of years ago, and it ended up falling through because there was COVID or something.
There was like a little COVID outbreak in the
And
nursing
they
home.
kind of locked down the
Yeah.
nursing homes. Yeah, I understand that. My dad's in assisted living care, so I understand how that is. I would love to be able to do something like that if I can make that happen. Um, Lord knows there is a lot of that service going on around here, and thank you very much for what you do. That's a tough thing to do. Um, I would love to be able to do that. I just need to see if I can make it happen and how to.
I would say maybe you could start with the home that
Yeah,
your dad is in. That would be a
yeah,
good one. And then years ago, we've also talked about maybe doing Children's Hospital. Um,
yeah,
we just don't know if we'd be able to handle it.
yeah. There's Nationwide Children's Hospital is 15 minutes away from our house here, and that would be really impactful. One year we did drop off an
Toys.
entire Santa sack full of toys during COVID.
Yeah.
During COVID, we drove and dropped off an entire gigantic Santa bag full of toys at the security station in the hospital because they wouldn't let random people in the hospital unless you were attached to one of the families with the kids that was in there. And the security guard, I thought he was about to fall out of his chair.
Yeah, because we were both dressed up.
Like,
just
what?
rolled right in like at, I don't know, 9 or
It was
10 o'clock
late.
at night. Yeah, it was late.
On Christmas Eve in the snow.
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of stuff, like, there's such an outsized impact when you do this stuff. Like, it's so much more than just like that moment or that little tiny thing that you gave that person. It's a memory that they will have forever. And hopefully
funniest thing is, like, they're okay, they're taking, and they said, can we say who this is from? And we just looked at him and looked at each other, and he looked back at the guard. He goes, Santa.
Yeah.
Like, we were both fully dressed up, like,
yeah.
Hello.
Well, I think it also comes down to people just don't do that. People just don't give charity to people they don't know.
Yeah.
Especially that level of things. But, I don't know if it's something I want to travel again this year or not to be able to do it. Like I said, God forbid there's another natural disaster in the country that needs it. But I feel like right now would be a great opportunity for a lot of giving because it's needed.
Yeah.
I just got to figure out where to target it and also be realistic about, the size of my ability to give or our ability to give.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Anywho's, that's all I want to talk about.
Okay.
That's all I want to say about that.
That's all I have to say about
That's all I have to say about that. Let us know. Put it in the comments.
Yeah. Give us some feedback, some ideas. Just, it's basically like a brainstorming session, which we do all the time.
Yeah.
We're always trying to brainstorm stuff. And then, we get way up here and we're like, man, if we won the lottery.
Well, it's like when I go out to eat.
Yeah.
I got a really big eyeball. And I can only put so much steak in there.
Yeah.
Gotta pare it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Anyway. Hopefully people have an idea. It's going to be a fun Santa season, I hope.
Yeah. So, all right. I think we are going to sign off and go to lunch, even though it's a little late lunch, but it's Sunday. So
fine.
There are no schedules on Sunday. It's whatever we feel like doing, whatever we feel like doing it.
Right.
Yep. So, all right. So thank you all for watching. Thank you to those of you that did join us during the live. Of course, this will be posted for others to view that might have not been able to make it. What's our last comment? Whatever you decide, I'm sure it'll be great. Thank you, Sarah. Appreciate that. So I appreciate those of you that stuck with us and listened to us ramble on and on about Santa Claus stuff and Christmas. I know sometimes for some people, it's very hard to get into the Christmas spirit, given situations or past experiences.
Yep. I could put myself in that same game.
Yeah. How can I say, we put out joy. And if you receive it, that's fine. If you don't want to receive it, that's fine too.
That's fair.
So, but we're just here to try to spread some happiness and joy and positivity and just get people to just, maybe have a little nostalgia, or maybe they can think back and they might have had a good memory attached to Christmas.
Replace some of the crappy memories that maybe you had.
Christmas. Which is what we're doing with you. So, okay, again, thank you all for watching. Thank you for joining. Comment. Give us some feedback, some opinions, whatever. And my usual sign off, I'm still going to say it. Love, peace, and thrift. And we'll catch you on the flip side. Bye.